Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome back to a new video. Today we're going to be driving train the okay. Today we are going to be driving Possamoshu 657 train. This is one of my custom liveries that I made, and it's like a whole base up of like a subway transit Kubert 1996 loco with this kind of livery. There is an actual livery that has like that labeled right there, like the transit Kubert 1996. And with these, it's like a freight train and passengers train, so this is like the car's name with like Blooming Arcos Casta City, which is one of like the cities I have in like one of the cities I have in Minecraft. Like that huge structure with the golden building, like those two golden ones. That's the name of this city right here, which is like Blooming Arc, and it's best. The best city you can ever see in Minecraft. So, without further ado, let's get pumped up. Let's go over the speed limit for some dang reason. Let's just have some fun. Let's get pumped up. Yeah, I like being pumped up. Although I can't really have the speed limit on that side, so I have to put it on 5 because I know for some certain trains, not many trains can go too quick, so I have to go for like this 5, and yeah. But honestly, I do gotta say, I actually do love trains like these. It's like really nice. It's pretty cool too, if you were to think about it. Also, the cars didn't really take too much to do, other than like one of the other parts where I had to not like remake the whole thing. No, it was fine how it is. It just had to be a little bit not extra because I wanted it to be like not like specimen or however you want to pronounce it. But yeah, for some of the liveries I've done for not just like Germany and not just steam trains, but there also is a main diesel, which when we get at the end of the video, I'm going to show you the custom livery of that diesel of what I did. And yeah. So about the Blooming Arc Cast City. So I put out for one of my videos where it's supposed to be like, what you may call it, what you call it. It's a specific, not like a name, but a nickname. There's a specific nickname to it. Because we got Arc, but it's like a cast, a wizard. That's the name. And for some of the golden buildings, there's like this like little freight yard with these kind of cars, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, could be some passenger cars, because there's also passenger cars that haven't been moved for many years. Yeah, that's why I'm probably saving up to get like Mitten Wilbon in like probably, let's say, about like 10 years or so. So that way, or whenever I probably get 10, I'm most likely gonna be 10 years from that one, but you never know. Because for that livery, I have like a Mitten Moshu wellish like train, where it's like just basically the simple colors with like red and black, basically. Because we got the colors of like red and orange on these liveries, But however, these liveries were just like custom handmade, so it's not really like the real basic of these cars. They're just like in like orders of like a limited of 2 or 15 to 16 of them because I don't really got like that much I don't got that much basic things to like offer to a train. So basically it's just like one part's easy and it gets like you get like one done real quick once in a while. If it's like easy logos or designing of any choice, that part can be tricky for me because I hardly even know some of the liveries of the trains that I had in like probably like Moshu because Moshu has a ton of diesels, not gonna lie. They have like this one that kind of looks quite similar to the ICM note coupler and the MBTA commuter, the Amtrak, which I still have, if I'm not mistaken, I still have the flex arm train. And for some of the other liveries, I also have in my stock of like painting is some cars and some cars that I also gotta get rid of. I know the M3 livery has been in my pack for like super long, but sadly, unfortunately, the G and the other logos on those trains are sadly expiring, but it's not like the Metro North one, it's the Long Island Railroad one. So it's such a bummer, I know, because quite think of it, if I'm not mistaken, I also have to get rid of that one livery because that one expired like 2 months ago, and I'm like, how the heck can one livery of the MBTA commuter Amtrak be customizable, but yet it expired in 2 months? And I just painted that train. Oh, oh, whoa. Yeah, I might have to slow it down here. Oh, yeah, I do not want to crash. Well, I said we were going to go over the speed limit. I didn't mean something like that. What the heck? But yeah, basically I had to get rid of some of the liveries because in fact there is a ton that are expiring and it's pretty sad to like have liveries expired. They I think maybe for my liveries I don't really have to have them for too long. But even though I really do, because like those liveries are hard to make, and it's not easy when you're like trying to make a real train. Like if I'm not mistaken, the one train I remember painting, phew, it's gotta be it's gotta be one of the ICM trains, the Cuba Dutch Airlines. Let me tell you, that livery does not play. That livery was tough to make. I could see how some some players that use those painting things take some of their paintings very realistic, and gosh dang. If I remember the ones that were very popular, it's gotta be the super fire ones. Like, gosh, that blew my mind when I first saw like the first one and then the second one, and then there was like more from well, I'm kind of willing to doubt it was like Train Sim World 2 because there are very extremely good like paint work out there in this world, and to be honest, that's pretty intense too. For like for me, I can't even do Amtrak logos right. Like if you see my videos, like you already know how I do it. I basically do like the three stripes and scale them a little bit so that way they don't look funny or weird, and that's all I do basically. I don't do none of those other hard, confusing other stewards because I don't really. I mean, don't really blame me if I say this, but I don't really like paint logos that are tough for me. So basically, what I do is I look at the train, I look at these cars, and then some freight cars that come at the end. This is the kind of train that I used to ride in a lot. Like, trust me, this is like one of my favorite, favorite trains that I basically ride in like my universe so many times. If I remember how many times it was, I mean, I gotta say it was probably at least like a couple of like points of like 36 or something like that. That's how pretty fun this train is. It's pretty amazing. And I'm going in the tunnel. Lucky me. I am going in the tunnel, just going over not 89 miles an hour. Oh my gosh. So, yeah. Not really much has changed live with oh my not much has changed with the train liveries from Moshu, or as the other city is called, like Blooming Arc, which is like the first freight cars that I did. I didn't do like a I didn't do the Blooming Arc logo yet because that one's for Mitten Wellbond, but we do have a diesel USA with 3 windows. So, after this video is done and posted and listed with like this train and with a storyline of the descriptions of how many times I used to ride this thing, because no joke, I used to ride this thing a whole lot in 24/7 with the universe I was in. And then, heck, even in my dream, I visit it sometimes. Not too often, but sometimes I visit like different places in my dream where it's like you have this one universe that has a whole bunch of clocks and even something up top that holds the clock too. I think it's like a glowing thing. It's pretty amazing because I visited that one in my dream like a while back when I was younger, and then I realized that it wasn't a whole hallucination because do you know something crazy? If I press my PlayStation thing, there's a time here. And if you go to a store, clock's there. You go to another store, clock's there. You go to a school, clocks are up there. Like, what kind of world is that? Where you have like so many different clocks and grandfather clocks and old style clocks, cuckoo clocks. I'm basically naming every single clock at this point. But like for real, because like if that universe is the reason why we have so many clocks in the first part, how can we how from some people that are oh my gosh, clockwise. I'm not clockwise, which I think is a good thing for me. I mean, I don't know how everyone else does it, but that's just me. That's just me where I just like basically like question myself like what time is it? And then I just click the PlayStation button, it's just shows it up there. But yeah. As for other certain parts with from Train Sim 4 with other than like some kind of livery where it had some kind of gambler happening with like the 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 folks, like if you know what I'm saying, it's like you know that animal with the orange, white, and black. That's the kind of animal I'm preferring to, and like I also had like a sheep, and basically give them top hats. And what I did after that, I did a little bit of like these like Rubik's things that kind of looks like that have the dots in them, make them think that they were like gambling or something. But yeah, but for Dovetail, I'll be honest. When you're looking at the game, how it was before, notice that everything changed super quick. Like, there were so much things that they fixed, so much bugs and this and that and the other, left, right, door open here, door open to the left, door open to the turnaround stairs if you have to. My, that was like, if if you're like if you're like pretend you're working with Dovetail and you have to fix all of that, like, yo, to be honest, that's actually quite a whole lot of work to do if you're like fixing like bugs and other stuff that happen. I mean, they even fixed that one part with that one where, remember a time where I said I hope Dovetail keeps the one with me trying to get into the Thomas cabin. I ended up flinging myself with me doing it. I thought that was pretty hilarious because I mean I'm basically like trying to get into Thomas, but then Thomas is like, I don't think so, boy. And then he picks me up and throws me to Annie or Claire, about one of the two, because they both look the same. And it is raining. Where is the lights? Oh, I kind of do need lights a little bit, nonetheless. I'm also gonna put this in heat. Um, what you may call it? What you call it? Where's the wipers? Where's the wipers? Where's the wipers? Wipers, 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 wipers. Don't really ask me what I'm saying. I don't know what the heck I'm saying at this point. I really, oh, there it is. But yeah. What next? What next? Oh yeah, we was talking about that. Oh yeah. Honestly, but you want to know the other like part that made no sense? It still doesn't get me turbo, despite the fact that like some or whoever the heck thought was a good idea, where some people would just instantly like talk so much like, oh, this and that, and then Thomas and blah blah, and then there was amazing Anna and all that other stuff, and everything basically. Before Thomas came out, everyone was like, nah, that's stupid, bro. What are you doing this? Oh my god, what is Dovetail doing? Dovetail better not be making children game and this and that. I'm like, bruh, pull yourself together, mate. Because you know what? The way how I'm seeing it, it's fine by us. But from y'all, you talk so much smack about Thomas. But then random, you enjoy us trying it out? Tell me this. You see a new train about Thomas and tell me you want to talk so much smack about Thomas without telling me that you actually want to enjoy watching us. Explain. Because, quite honestly, I'm pretty confused at that point. And then they even want, like, talk about, like, other stuff that what Dovetail's doing and what Dovetail plans for some children that want to actually play Thomas and Friends, and you just want to talk smack over a train that's from a cartoon just to get views? You know what I would say to that? If they ever make another announcement of a childhood favorite for those children, keep it to yourself. Because quite honestly, that makes no sense. Like, one, it makes no sense. Two, what the heck is their problem over a toy or a show from the Thomas and Friends children's show? And three, grow up. Be a person. Be a person for once. Like, God, like, we already got, like, haters in Train Sim. Like, it's nothing new, basically. Like, we basically what I'm saying is we literally got train haters.
Oh my god.
And there's even one where some people hate the game. Let me tell you something. If you hate the game, then why do you play it? Does that make sense? That, that will probably make sense to a whole bunch of people. Cause like, bruh, why play Train Sim or any other game? You say you hate it, so why are you playing it? I mean, I get that you want to see trains in the game and still be able to enjoy it. That I totally understand. Don't mind me, but I totally understand that. But like, what the heck? Like, I'm just gonna just pretend that I'm those kind of people, and then I'm gonna do my second part where I basically tell like my own truth about it. Man, I don't like this game. It's like too much. Like, basically what Dovetail is doing is just like they're like basically like doing these wrong things and this and that. I'm like, um, first of all, one, they're not doing anything to you. Three, I mean, one, one, two, yeah, two. Two, if you don't like the game, stop playing it. Three, talk smack, I dare you. Talk smack, I dare you. Are you serious? That's not what I'll actually say for the third, but you know what I mean, right? Oh my god. It basically makes no sense either, too. It literally makes 0% of that average. That makes no sense. Literally. And like, it still gets me turboed a little bit, how despite the fact that like we basically have haters on some of our favorite games, but one part that I still enjoy watching is Train Sim World 3, where it had this bug of like the AI driver telling the passenger to get off the train. And I'm like, wait, passengers behave differently? So I'm like thinking in Train Sim World 5, right? Cause one of my guardians said that like if you see one of the AI characters running, you can actually chase them down. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, I could be not, but you never know. And then when I was doing like conductor mode, I didn't really see any passengers running away from me. But I'm not really asking Dovetail to fix that too. Like I'm not saying that. Like, bruh, Dovetail, like you gotta give Dovetail a break here. They've been working super glutcher hard trying to fix the dang things that were going on. Like, I'm talking bugs, this, that, and all of that. They fixed a whole lot from Train Sim that was going wrong, and they didn't. When they wanted to do Train Sim World 5, they didn't want the same mistake that was happening in Train Sim World 4 because sadly for Train Sim World 4, some people started to notice some issues that were going on, so they made Train Sim World 5, and then on top of that, they're going to be making Train Sim World 6. And oh my god, imagine this. Okay, imagine this. Not for the haters, but for ones that are interested, if they want to play with their friends in there too. So, Train Sim World 6, I actually am really excited about because if Dovetail plans to do multiplayer, oh my gosh. Imagine another part too. For some people that don't want multiplayer, they can they can do single player and multiplayer. So that way, if some players don't want to do multiplayer, they could do single player with the AI trains and all that other stuff. And for multiplayer, you can see actual people, including your like some of your favorite YouTubers like me or LaserJet, Komodo Gaming, or like yada yada yada, Richie Rails, and a few other people too, including Dovetail. You'll be able to see all of us in multiplayer driving our trains oh, with like you see like seeing me in Germany now, you'll be seeing me drive this train that I'm driving right now. Or if I'm playing USA, I'm doing like diesels or stuff like that, or steam trains. And other players are driving their trains, like UK's in the US or UK or Germany, one of the two. And yeah, basically you'll see a whole bunch of players like driving. Like if I know a few specific popular ones, may or may not be Harlan line, but you never know because I did have like one of my black. I still have my black steamer train, but yeah, you'll probably be seeing me drive the black steamer train in multiplayer half the time. And yeah, but let's hold that thought too because, but oh my gosh, the more I put that in, the coolest part it can get too. And I'll be honest, that would be pretty cool if they did add single player and multiplayer at the same time for some players that don't want multiplayer and some players that do also. And yeah, but I'll be honest, if they ever did add the P42 for Train Sim World 6, imagine that, yo, like, oh my gosh. Because, not to mention, there is someone that actually is. working on the P42, and I believe it's like special Kit Kat. I believe so because I have that playlist in one of my I have the playlist somewhere in my YouTube channel, but yeah. Basically, he showcased the P42 not in like its full shape, and then after like the video gets popular, he makes like the second ones that come up, and he even showed like a picture of the P42 and the different M-Track locos too, with their with the cars, and he even did like better snow stuff like that. But I'll be honest, for me, basically, if if I was able to do the trains from Blender and show it to you all, I would, but sadly, I don't do Blender, so I can't really work things on that. And yeah. There is other features that may or may not be in Train Sim World 6 where they might change the livery editor and scenario planner. I'm not really sure if that might be true, but I'm just basically guessing from that one at this point. And yeah. On top for the other things, which is parts of what I'm going to do for the liveries and the scenario planner, is I'm going to be picking two specific popular route maps. It's easy too. Starting up with the first. I see British tea from the British main line of the east. If you know what I'm talking about for that one, you guessed it. East Coast Main Line. That one I am going to be doing for, and yeah. Second one, the city that never sleeps. Jazzy Field on a Wednesday morning and Sunday evening. Nonetheless, I go north. Eh? I bet some of you might know the first word I said. The city that never sleeps. And that is Harlan Line. That is for New York, and there's going to be some steam trains in there, some M3s and some M7s and MBTA commuter to finish the whole thing up. And yeah, so yeah, it's basically working pretty good so far too. It's pretty nice when you think about it. But yeah, I also noticed too that a lot of Britain fans are getting bombarded with the Class 66. I mean, technically, I don't really blame them because I'm actually turned into a rascal right now at this point. Because I'm getting bombarded with the Class 66 already. Because, heck, I don't really paint it that often, if I'm not mistaken. I think the only thing I painted was like the GBR something like that, or GRVB. I don't even know. I don't even know the name of the logo anymore. I just got bombarded with the Class 66 already. And when I saw the first video from one of my favorite YouTubers, YouTubers, I can't really speak properly. You gotta be joking me. I think it's because I'm probably getting a little tired. That's probably the reason why. It's always like that from certain times to time, and yeah. And on top of that, I believe I may probably do. I could say the last delivery of the Class 66. I don't know why I keep saying that. I'm already bombarded with it as it is. Oh yeah, there we go. Now I remember. YouTuber of the one person that made the UK title. And I'll be honest, right before I saw like that class, I was like, yeah, this is something we probably need in Train Sim World because honestly, in my opinion, and some of you might agree with me if I say this, but having the class 66 over and over and over on every single route map kind of gets a little bit annoying if you know what I mean. And plus, I really do need to slow down this. What the heck just happened? You kidding me? I was doing so good and then I crashed. That's so messed up. What the heck? Oh gosh. I got so caught up like talking about like the UK train that may or may not be in the game, but yeah. But it would actually be pretty cool because that train is electric and diesel power too, which is pretty amazing when you really think about it. But yeah, here is the train that sadly did not really make it through the whole track and whatnot. But yeah, thank you all so much for coming through this lovely like part where I was like talking about like what could be new in Train Sim 6 and how busy Dovetail was working on this whole thing and a whole bunch of other stuff. If you guys agree with me with the Thomas thing, I know it's pretty annoying when you really think about it. Really, really is pretty much very annoying. But I mean, what can I say? You basically like showcase what's coming in for your game, and then in minutes later people want to be like being like dummies and krakens and stupid people and all those other types of different people. But yeah, thank you all so much for coming. I'll see you all in the next one. Duck is the cracker's name for living of the liveries, I meant. But yeah, bye bye for now.